You're now listening to the Palmetto Dugout Show, hosted by State Director Sammy Esposito, Associate Scouts Drew Stewart and Sean Smith, that discuss all things related to amateur baseball in South Carolina. Here are your hosts.
Welcome into episode 62 of the Palmetto Dugout Show. It's the dynamic duo today. I'm Drew Stewart. We're here with Coach Espo. What's going on, Coach?
What's happening? We're just out here, trying to pull a University of Michigan and see what else going on in the world, trying to steal some signs on this beautiful Thursday.
I wish I could get all my travel and tickets paid for an event. Maybe that would be worth going to a Clemson game for at this point. Maybe the Tigers need to hire somebody like that. I don't know at this point.
Did you see that thing I sent you earlier today about Coach Smart's comments?
I did.
That was pretty good.
I think you're in trouble, Coach.
It's not looking too hot for the Wolverines. Hey, but you never know. Well, there's always they make a lot of money for the university, the NCAA. So we'll see how this thing shakes out.
Who knows? We're no experts.
What do we know? We're just here.
Make sure you like and subscribe down below. A little short segment here today. Obviously, we'll go back here. We'll go back to last Saturday. Cane Scout Day, pretty good, right, Coach?
Coach, it was. We've had. This was our. I guess you can say third, maybe even fourth one with those guys. If you go back to the events with the two different ones in the summer, and right, it doesn't disappoint. And a bunch of really good in-state players that show up and produce, and we got a lot of talent. And right, we had a young man out of the great state of Georgia show up, and nice little lefty, 26, pumping some 88. So it's always good to see those guys and get that stuff rolling and see the boys from the Cane South group.
Yeah, always a fun scout day with those guys. Look forward to the ones upcoming here as well. And then you go to Sunday, Senior Games West, Coach. You were in attendance.
You know what, Coach? I was in attendance. You were not, but it's okay. We had two kids from the great state of South Carolina representing the step there, and we had a couple young men, some Thatcher Ballman, who's been to a few events here for us, and kind of I when I sent you the video of him taking BP, right? What'd you say? He looks bigger. Every single time we see Thatcher, he grows, he gets bigger, he gets stronger. He's doing things the right way. Another young man, right? We've had a chance to see him a handful of times, right? Come to a bunch of events, and young man who just gets bigger and stronger, more physical every single time, and kind of does what he does, right? It's a flat path through the zone and high 90s exit velocity, and keeps improving defensively and athletically. I think he ran his best 60 time with us this past week. He's down to a 7.11, I believe he was. So he keeps improving in his 60. Talking to him when he's there, I guess he's maybe been a little bit better than that in some other things, but with us, that was one of his better events. And another young man, Hudson Moss, from up there in your neck of the woods. Just a solid ball player, right? Kind of good, solid, simple swing, kind of line drive stroke all over the field. Two young men that are still out there in the market and obviously wanting and looking to compete and play at the next level. And I think both of those guys, if given the right opportunity, right shot, are going to make some program and coaches real happy.
In the little old state of South Carolina.
Little old state.
I remember takes about Hudson Moss. Enjoyed watching him, Chapman as well. Good bloodlines there with his dad. Talking about Chapman or high school here, Coach. The high school previews are about to kick off. This is like the best part of the year, right?
Coach, they're rolling. We're off to a blistering start.
We're at 9 signed up right now. I think 4 or 5 of which are new schools that we did not have last year when we had 20 last year. High school coaches, sign up. We're telling you.
Coach,
put your
we
team
just
on the
got
map.
another one with our boy Curtis Johnson, Cujo, former Gamecock great. East Clarendon message us wants to get on, so he's add another one to the list right there. So
we're at 10
Cujo,
now.
Coach Cujo coming in hot, wanting to join in. Yep. 5
of the 10 are new schools. How about that? Everybody's jumping on the only high school preview show in the great state of South Carolina. Get those previews on those schools. We got shout outs, obviously. 4 commitments throughout the week since we last did this. Connor McKee from Dutch Fork on his commitment to North Greenville. We'll stick with North Greenville as they also got Lane McGaha from Belton Honeypath.
Hey, a couple guys that got a chance to hit a lot of homers up there in Tigerville.
Some power there, Coach.
Some power, big, strong, physical guys that are going to have a chance to launch some tanks.
I think the
fun
ball
to watch those guys hit there.
McGaha hit at Powdersville still has not landed. That ball might have went to Tigerville.
I think it hit him, and they go, I think we need to offer this kid.
Yeah, I mean, you got TJ Lamonis from the Pro Case, Florida Southwestern, not too long ago, and then Jackson Chinnick right following the senior games committing to Florence Darlington. Coach, that was one we were impressed with.
No doubt, he came out to shoot. You know, we got a chance, right? Talking about the Kane Scout Day, he came the beginning of this past summer, came out to this Kane Scout Day and come to some other events, and it's just a big physical, strong frame, and right, BP, he's launching balls out of the park there, Francis Marion, and gets behind the dish and shows big time arm strength. And I know, you know, he's going to be looking to fill a void of some older bats that have left the Wildcats over there in Lexington. So he's looking to step up, and big time commitment for him. He was extremely impressive the couple weeks ago on that Sunday of Francis Marion.
And then we expect some more guys to roll through here with some commitments.
They don't stop.
They never stop for me. It's like graphic after graphic after graphic after graphic. It keeps going.
To give our listeners a little insight to the world of the backside of the world where they're not seeing these faces made for radio. I'll send a text to Drew and go, hey, another one. And I only get back, I quit. That's all that comes back to me. I quit.
Can we get like a 2-week period of where no one can commit? Just need 2 weeks off there.
You know,
come on, guys.
You got to give people what they want. You know, the people they're only committing for your graphics.
Hey, Coach, the positive is we've gotten so many of these kids to events that now we're having to do so many graphics of these kids committing.
Outstanding point in itself right there. A lot of these young men have been coming to, and we get a chance to spread the love and give them some love out there. So we're fired up for these guys. It's always fun to see these guys get a chance to play the next level.
No doubt. Coach, I don't have any more baseball to talk about.
Coach, we just got, you know, hey, Rising Stars coming up in a couple weeks. Rising Stars event. Hey, let's touch on this real quick. We were talking about this yesterday. So we've had 2 Rising Stars events, right? And neither one of them are like huge numbers, and they're not supposed to be huge number events, right? I think our first one we ever did last fall, there was 15 or 16 young men that came to it. This summer there was 9 or 10, and right, that's the thought with these is to have a little bit lower numbers, kind of an introductory so-called showcase for these guys. You know, like, right, a lot of, you know, 8th, 9th graders, 7th graders in there that go into their first showcase and kind of walk them through the process. And you know, we have hit on some very talented young players in the state, and all of them, not just say these, 8 did we come up with? 8 players so far in this past year that came to our Rising Stars showcase last fall and this summer were on our junior futures game team, which, if I remember correctly, we finished 4th.
Well, right? We either finished 3rd or 4th. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, top 4 finish in the great junior futures event, which, you know, if people don't know, go back and look at that social media and see all the great talented players that were floating around there. And obviously the recruiting rule changed, but a year ago this point in time, I think we had 3 kids already committed off the junior futures team. So it speaks for the volume of talent that goes there. So we got that coming up November 12th. Our first one, I guess, of this year, this fall, this school year, I guess you'd say, November 12th at beautiful Brooklyn Casey High School here in the Midlands. Try to make it easy for everybody to come into one area. I know you don't always like it there, Coach Drewski, but try to make it easy for everybody and get a chance to get some more talent in there and kind of walk our way through there and see. You never know. See what other kind of hidden talents out there floating around in that 13, 14U we don't get to see too often.
We're trying to beat that top 4 finish. We're trying to at least get to the top 2 here.
Okay. You got to make a move.
You can't go down. You got to go up.
No, we got to keep rising. That, you know, that first year, 2 years ago, right, we had a really talented team. Didn't quite win enough. last year, arguably as talented, if not more, with a high finish. So, guys, hey, Rising Stars, guys, hey, 28, 29 graduates, 2028, 29 graduates. The bar has been set. So you guys want to make that junior futures team? Come on down. Come on out to Brooklyn Casey on that Sunday afternoon.
This coach says we're going to reach the mountaintop, but we're not going to be at the top by ourselves. that's too much expectation. We'll get there though. So you move on here to our weekly pick'em, week 9 pick'em. Coach wins last week, going 8-2, tying the top record of the year. But still in third place, or in second place, because we have 2 people tied for first place in total overall record. Me and Austin look to separate ourselves, but our picks are kind of matching up here. So we go to game 1. Coach, I have no lines. Didn't do my research this week. Oklahoma at Kansas here. I'm going Oklahoma. Sooners struggled last week, but I think they figured it out.
You know, it's where's it at? At Kansas?
At Kansas. Rock Chalk.
You know, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk. You know, it's gonna be crazy in Fog Allen. Oh, that's a basketball arena. My bad. You know, which is a really neat place. I got a chance to walk in there one time, but really neat place. But you know, part of me, right off the bat, right, Oklahoma by like 50, right? But they're winning. They're getting a little tighter. Does it come down and it finally crashes down on Boomer Sooner, and the Jayhawks look to take a step? No, Boomer Sooner for the win.
This is like some Corso shit. Oh gosh, Austin's family is rolling with the Sooners as well. So there's a sweep there. The Gamecocks,
we're going to lose together.
The Gamecocks take their Greer defense to Texas A&M to take on the 12th man. Aggies all day here. The Gamecocks can't stop a nosebleed.
Coach, it's easy. Things aren't good in Columbia. With football, the fans are in an uproar. It's time to burn the city down. It's on the road. It doesn't matter. Texas A&M gig them. They'll win by 22.
Aggies by 90, as they say. Austin's going with A&M as well. So there's another clean sweep. Clemson travels to the Pac in a battle of the CW channel of 2 bad teams. Coach, this is, you know what? This might be the last week I get to do it, so give me the Tigers.
CW at 2:00. You know, we joked last week when you texted me and you said North Carolina lost to Virginia on the CW, and I said nobody knows. So again, this is another one of those games where nobody might know about it. But Raleighwood, both bad teams. I gotta go with the Pac, baby. Pac to the top.
He hasn't picked against the Pac. He has not picked against the Pac this year. I'm going, or Austin is actually going with the Tigers. I'm sorry. I'm not going.
You already went with them.
Yeah, I went with the Tigers. It might be the last week you ever hear me say "Go Tigers" on the podcast.
That's an inaccurate comment.
That's not an inaccurate comment. You'll have to tune in next week to see our Week 10 pick'em in my choice. Georgia does not travel to Florida. They technically travel to the state of Florida, in Jacksonville, to take on the Gators. I haven't really picked Georgia in big games, but I think I'm going with the Bulldogs. But I think they've got a game coming up that I'm not going to pick them.
Coach, you were against the Dogs, and I know why you're against the Dogs. It has nothing to do with the Dogs.
Well, when you have humans bark at you, I'm never pulling for them.
You're a Tiger fan. I get it. But the problem is you have a hard time picking the 2-time defending national champions.
Without Brock Bowers now.
It don't matter. They're the most talented team in college football with arguably one of the best coaching staffs in college football. I don't know why you have a hard time picking them, and dogs for the win with ease.
Well, we know who Austin's going with.
It's Georgia.
He's a dog for life.
He is that guy that barks at you.
Yeah, he would definitely be the guy that barks at me. Duke limps into Louisville. Looks like, don't know about Riley Leonard, but I think Duke finds a way to win. to beat Louisville. I don't think Louisville is great. They lost to Pittsburgh. Who loses to Pittsburgh? Clemson, maybe.
Louisville.
But Duke beats Louisville.
This is a coin flip. The only reason I'm going to pick Louisville is because you picked Duke. So when I'm trying to make a move and come back in the standings, we can't have the same picks. So therefore, the logic goes, I got to make some different picks. So Louisville wins while eating a piece of pizza from Papa John's.
Oh, that's awesome. Maybe Taggart Tyson will be in attendance. Austin is also going with the Cards as well. So I'll stick with the Dukies.
I needed him to go Duke. Can we have him switch?
Papa John's tastes like Dookie, so the Dukies win.
Are you a garlic butter guy, by the way? Speaking of
no, not a garlic butter guy.
No,
really doesn't do good things to me in my system. Oregon travels to Utah. Give me Oregon, easy.
The Utah Utes have baffled me all season. I pick them, they lose. I don't pick them, they win. I got to eliminate who they're playing. Oregon Ducks, W.
Austin's going with Oregon too. Tennessee travels to Kentucky, coach. Tennessee gets beat by their rival last week, but the Vols recover, beat the Wildcats.
Ooh. In the hostile environment of the Wildcatville.
All 10,000.
Hey, it's better than the average ACC stand. I'm going Wildcats.
Woo!
Nothing to do with your picks. I'm thinking the Wildcats bounce back and rough up the Vols. Good old
Austin's rolling with Tennessee here.
Here's my chance.
Prime time travels to UCLA to the Coliseum, where there will be 5 people and 5 concession people. UCLA rolls the Buffaloes. Again, Buffaloes not.
I'm still. I don't care what they do the rest of the way out. I'm all on board of the primetime. He takes his boys to see Bron play. He all of a sudden now has a gray beard. He's wearing the cowboy hat. He's trying to mix it up. The Buffs have, I think, a bunch of me and you running around in there on defense back there. Exclude minus like one guy. I don't think they can stop anybody. They lose in a tight one, 64-60.
That's 124 points. Damn. That's going to break some records. Oh, yeah.
Hey, good math. I loved watching the wheels spin right there.
If y'all want to make some big bucks, go to Vegas and do the alternate over-under at 120. You'll be rich. So then we move to Oregon State at Arizona. I'm going Oregon State, DJU.
Oregon State. Arizona's atrocious. Oregon State wins. DJU, best quarterback that's ever played at Clemson. He continues to win.
Well, let's be nice here for a minute. Mississippi State travels to Auburn. Auburn wins.
Mississippi State, 13-10. Feel like we're watching a Big Ten game.
That's awful. Well, if you were watching a Michigan game, they'd be up 49-7 because they cheated. Austin's family is rolling with Auburn as well. So you move to the tiebreaker here at Duke at Louisville, total points scored. Austin is going 45 total points. I'm going 55.
He's 45, you're 55. So I'm going right in the middle. Let's go 50.
Coach, you trying to split the difference?
I am. I'm split. I did read a book one time and said never split the difference, but I'm splitting this difference.
Well, you read books? It's amazing.
Audio books. All right, let me
let's rephrase that. Rephrase.
I listen to a book.
Listens to books, not reads books.
Travel around, put them on the car. You know what I mean?
Hey, watch out. I mean, we drive around a lot around here. So hey, I think that's going to do us for episode 62, Coach. I think if I'm correct, the high school preview shows kick off on Monday, October 30th. So we'll have those released as they are recorded. And we will obviously keep up with our regular scheduled podcast. So from all of us here at PBR South Carolina, have a great week.